Morning friends. In this class we will study about the sociology and what is the need or importance of sociology as subject for the UPSC examination. You see, the UPSC revolves around GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4 and optional, then essay writing. So GS1 comprises of history, broadly Indian society, issues with Indian society, reformers, issues. GS2 comprises of social justice, legal measures taken, constitutional measures taken to reform the position of SCs, STs, vulnerable sections of society. GS3 is economic system, again which is used for PDS or poor section. GS4 comprises ethics, where you go through the action or behavior of the actor. Now essay also comprises of social issues such as bride burning, sati, women empowerment, education, minorities, elderly, and so on. So if you combine these four things, clubbing them together, you need to have tremendous knowledge of the content which you get through the optional of sociology. Now when you take sociology as optional, you get good materials in terms of content. See, many students lack in the content when they come to take various disciplines of humanities for their optional. So when you take sociology, you have good content available in the market. You have books such as Harlambus, Ritzer, Ignu, and such books. Good teachers like me, mentors, are available in sociology, easy to understand and write. So like anthropology, you don't need to go deep, you can easily understand each and every concept, every thinkers, and you can relate it with other subjects also, so it is easy to comprehend. Now sociology also provides you the application part. In interview you will be asked some questions to handle a riot. As an SP of an area, you will be asked to handle the Dalit atrocities in your area, PDS penetration, tribals issues, and other geopolitical aspects of Myanmar, Manipur, Mizoram conflict. These all things you will get to realize when you study sociology optional. Incidences going across the countries, Khalistan movement, UCC, Kashmir issues. These all things are discussed in the your optional of sociology. Syllabus is very easy to comprehend, although vast, but we as a teacher will make you to realize the ease of the syllabus and how easily you can comprehend it and how you will make it in shorter duration of time. So today we will begin with some important parts. Definition of sociology. It is system of scientific study of human behavior in groups and society when it is taken to the social panorama or groups. It is taken as a behavior of society when individual interacts with society and what action he takes, that becomes his reality. You see, sociology as a subject emerged during the latter period of Renaissance and Enlightenment. What you saw after that? Revolution phase, American Revolution and French Revolution was happened due to the philosophical ideas and questions raised against church, monarch, and the existing order of the society. Therefore, people come to know that there can be another form of government. And concept of democracy emerged, and America became first democracy in the modern constitutional law. Similarly, after French Revolution, France also became a democratic country. So, sociology emerged as a branch of research when Comte, Auguste Comte, 1838, realized that this is a time when the subjects play a different role as compared to the society, when there was existence of polity, when there was history existing, but some phenomena happening in the society are unexplained by these subjects. So in order to study these phenomena scientifically, there should be a separate discipline. So in that period physics was very popular, so on the same line they started to establishing sociology as empirically verifiable subject and scientifically proven by fact. So sociology study various aspects of social life including behavior in large organizations, small groups, deviant behavior, and characteristic of political and religious institutions and social movements. Sociologists study the social psychological explanation of behavior, how action was taken, under what circumstances the crime was held, or what circumstances lead to a person become a great scientist, or a person playing football game, which direction he will take the game, so on. There are few definitions concerning your subject. L.F. Ward defines sociology as a science of society of social phenomena. Ginsberg says that sociology is the study of human interaction and interrelation of their conditions and consequences. Emile Durkheim further quotes that sociology is the science of social institution and social fact. Ogburn and Nimkoff define sociology as a study of social life. Kimball Young defines sociology deals with the behavior of men in group, how men interacts with the community and group, whether they are workers, lawyers, doctors, priests, and so on. So sociology emerges as a experience of Renaissance, as I explained, period of enlightenment dwelling through modernity and social changes taking place in the European society, and it emerges as a discipline of research. Okay, so the thesis was history, antithesis becomes science, and it leads to synthesis of sociology. It was a Hegelian dialectic. When Hegel says that a new stream of research born out of thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. So how the phenomena emerges? Through dark ages there was Renaissance, enlightenment led to rise of modernity, laws through constitutional book, democracy as political institution. So economic changes in people interact with market, start of traveling and trade through the global countries started. People saw that market is very vast. It is not only in Europe, but it is in Asia also, it is in America also, and people earning money through those market become a new middle class with property, money, and new status. So new status with new rule leads to new law formulation. No political change occurred. French Revolution, democracy, liberty. Similarly, American Revolution, no taxation without representation. And ideas changes in logical and scientific and rational manner. People started scientific query on anything. Rationality developed. That anything is existing is due to certain reason or certain logic. Social change such emerged due to class secularization, and this leads to establishment of sociology as subject of research. Sociology becomes a subject of research, dear friends. Now let us see that how the society is built up, which is the core constituent of sociology subject. Society you see around your village or your township or your city society, that there are social institutions and there are status and roles with the individual. So when this individual interact with the society, they abide rules and regulations of institutions. These social institutions provide rules and regulations. For example, individual having certain race, age, gender and class, when living in a family, has to follow the family rules. If it is a Brahmin family, he has to do worship. If it is a Kshatriya family, he has to become a warrior. If it is a Vaishya, he has to sit on the shopkeeping and market. Then there is achieved status in terms of occupation, education, income, talent, are based on knowledge. But the social institution comprising of religion, education, government, economy will categorize that individual into social sphere. So decision of individual will be socially influenced and individual will influence the society, vice versa, which we discuss in the phenomenology. It is a research method in sociology. Also we see social institution of sports, mass media, science, scientific research, innovations to solve a problem, are being done. We see in COVID problem, many scientists discovered co-vaccine and all, military to protect, to have security. In this way this thing work. So there are social groups also, or communities or pressure groups, such as family members from primary group. When you go to school or any social place, then family taught you the basic etiquette, basic behavior with close friends, how to behave with the sisters, brothers, father, grandfathers. Then secondary group will be there, who will teach you how the schools are working, how school is teaching, who is the head, who is the headmaster or the principal, how to take part in activities, co-curricular activities, how churches are working to collect tax, corporations are working to do business firms. These are all forms of social groups. Now let us discuss one of the important thinker who will define these activities in terms of actions. So Max Weber will say that individual will take action on the basis of traditional values. Suppose this individual going to take action, say motor race, or he's going to become IAS. So that comes from the traditionality of his family. Some of his family members were at power position, containing the power in the village, from which he learned that this behavior is more dignified in the society. Then it makes the traditional belief and values of the individual. In certain situation, individual is effective. So when individual takes decision on the basis of emotions, hatred, anger, love, jealousy, emotional biases, then the actor becomes an effective actor. And when the actor or the individual takes the decision on the goal defined by values of society, that is values which are providing the goals, so that you have to become a human person, you have to become a teacher, then society will appreciate your presence and you become a professor of a university. Then latter part you realize that there is a zoic rational action in which means and ends are the basis, which is defined by goals which individual takes to have any decision. So if his goal is to become rich, then he takes the action. If his decision is to become powerful, for example Hitler saw the disturbance in the Germany and atrocities after First World War, so he tried to become a goal rational. Now another thinker comes in this phenomena is called as Talcott Parsons. He's one of the most important thinker of all time. So Talcott Parsons was important sociologist from USA. He was earlier having biological background, so he refers every system connected with the biological system also. So he was a functionalist, and functionalism itself says that one of the social actor relate with the other social system in terms of organs, that are working inside a human body responding to the other parts. For example, there is a heart. Heart controls the entire body chain, or even it is kidney, or even it is your brain. It regulates the entire body system. Similarly, every individual action leads to a social action when individual interacts with the society. As a larger part of society, when individual is interacting with society, that action is contained as social action, and the system so formed by interconnected social and individual paradigm is called as the social system. He believed that the contribution made by various social scientists led to one direction and arrived at rather coverage of one single notion of what he calls as a social action. So Parson also wanted to understand how social and cultural values are internalized into personality system. Therefore, he gives the concept of actions in terms of the instrumental action, which is goal-based action in which means and ends are logically decided by individual to reach his goal. Then expressive actions comes, which is effective based on emotions and biases of the individual. For example, if a children saw that his father died in a mine worker or a BD worker, then he will try to dominate this industry. He will never work in those industry. Then third is the moral action, in which traditional and value-based action, caste-based system or the religious-based system are being taken in action. For example, in Ramjan month you see people doing namaz on the roadside. Similarly, in Ganesh Chaturthi, people taking julus on the road area, blocking the traffic, destroying the entire existence of democratic constitutional law. So that is moral social action. Now Parson, in order to relate different kind of actions, provided the vision of agile system. And he gave the action system, which is based on the four principles or four categories, that is organismic system, which is powerhouse of energy and provide the biological personal aspect of social reality. So when individual goes to work as a father of a family, he has to earn the bread for the survival. Then he becomes the powerhouse of energy. He acts with full energy to do a work to have the bread. Then comes the personality system, which is the storehouse of motivation, and this is the hidden aspect of actor. It comes out when there is talent to be emerged or there is innovation to be developed. Then actor becomes a music player, actor become a dancer, same father become a scientist and acts on the personality system. Third comes the cultural system, which is a storehouse of information, and that information provided through the norms and values, and these apply restrictions on the individual behavior, making laws or applying traditions of existing society. Fourth system comes in view is social system or actual interaction. So it is having institutionalized rules containing the entire three system. So we see Now the agile framework: adaptation, goal attainment, integration, and latency. So at adaptation, there is organismic system, which is providing individual social base to adapt. Then comes the personality system, which helps individual to attain the goal. And comes the internalization or integration, which is provided through the society, in which various systems of polity, economy integrates the individual with other social factors. Then comes the latency, in which family, education provides him the calmness or the idea of his pattern maintenance. These all things goes interconnected in a feedback loop. These all systems are interconnected in a feedback loop, and they provide a real meaning to the social structure. On this basis, a social system works consistently to provide certain desired result or certain social outcome. Therefore, a society become more developed, and somewhere society become more rational. So economic system provides adaptation, in which people get indulged into society and engaged in the certain primary, secondary or tertiary economic activities for production. Then political system provides goal attainment, such as democracy, in which demand, laws and regulations are made by the government. Third system is social institution, integration. For example, if there is deviant or crime happening, then new laws are formulated, such as cyber crime were happening, so there was cyber law. Juvenile crimes were happening, and which leads to juvenile justice law. Then next part comes as the latency, which is provided through family and education. Now next part goes as the pattern variable. So what are pattern variables, friends? Parsons also gave the concept of the society integrating at different levels. He also said that society is concluded or start working with there is interaction of dilemma between individual and social sphere. So it happens when there is dilemma between self and collectivity, when individual goals and social goals are constraining. Individual wants to become a doctor, but his family wants him to become a engineer. Now second system, when a particularism versus universalism has a dilemma of value of individual versus the social values, where he takes the biases of nepotism, favoritism due to individual particular values and universalizes it, so he become liberal to all or open to all, which happens in the recruitment of a factory. Third is ascriptive versus achievement. So those actors who take the traditional values or cultural perspective in his life, and the modern society, which takes into account of his talent, knowledge achievement. Fourth part comes as diffuseness versus specificity. So when individual has dilemma regarding relations of and obligations with the social sphere, for example husband wife relations are very closed, two families are interacting. Similarly, when people go to have bath in Ganga, then there is similarly many people are bathing, some bath to become clean, some bath to become religious, sacred values with it. And the last part is affective neutrality, when there is individual who is emotionally biased, then he take emotional decisions based on his like or dislike, his favorite things, his own choices. But when he is neutral, he takes the competitive decision, purchasing of a rational product. So in this way we think that the Parsons syllabus has been completed so far. Thank you and have a nice day.